This video is proudly sponsored by Gamersgate. Download games anytime, anywhere. Visit Gamersgate.com.
Recently, we had the opportunity to test fly Divinity Dragon Commander's multiplayer capabilities. Unfortunately, the single-player campaign was left unavailable to us. Time and luck permitting, we'll hopefully test out that portion of the game, particularly since it's the portion we're most interested in, and have a follow-up video to that later on in the week. Dragon Commander plays like a part real-time strategy, part tabletop turn-based board game, and part like a third-person action game with rechargeable abilities. Needless to say, there's very little on the market like it, but will Dragon Commander be able to stay relevant because of its uniqueness, or is there enough meat and potatoes here to satisfy avid fans of these three different genres? The tabletop portion of the game plays similarly to Risk, where countries are controlled by maintaining armies within their borders. If an army moves into an unclaimed territory or undefended territory, that country's income goes to the victor. Different army units move at different speeds, so a fast, light army might be able to claim more territory faster, but a larger, lumbering army will have an easier time defending what is rightfully theirs. Within each country, you can construct one building that can have several different effects. Gold mines increase your income. Academies increase your research points every turn. War factories allow you to construct new army pieces for the board. And the remaining buildings produce playing card bonuses that can be used at almost any time during the game. Money can be used to purchase new army units, but research points can be used to unlock new types of army units, unit bonuses, and of course, special moves and bonuses for your army's dragon. When two or more different armies try to occupy the same space within the game board, you go to war, at which point you can either let the game auto-decide the outcome, or fight it out in the 3D real-time strategy game mode. In the RTS mode, you move your units to capture control points and build points. This allows gamers to construct recruitment buildings to bring in soldiers to fight in their armies, and war buildings to build vehicles for the soldiers to pilot. There is a finite cap on the number of soldiers that can be recruited within the area, so proper army building is a requisite. It controls just like a classic RTS game. Left-click to select, right-click to move. To aid players in their struggle for control, you can summon your dragon to directly fight and command within your army. Dragons can completely turn the tide within war, as they can buff and debuff in a constant area of effect around them, devastate enemies with powerful attacks and roars, and more. While in Dragon mode, it's still possible to control your armies and recruits through keyboard shortcuts, but it does take some time getting used to not using your mouse for the basic controls. Dragons can be shot down, and there is a cooldown time before summoning them once again. The units in the game are pretty interesting. Design-wise, it's fun to see dragons mixed in with quirky steam-powered hot air balloons and devastating hover tanks. The voice acting for the units feels good for a strategy title as well. The music is fantastic, and the game conceptually feels like a good marriage of the three genres it draws inspiration from. The tabletop segment of the game is simple to pick up and play within a few minutes thanks to the pretty helpful tutorial, and shouldn't overwhelm people who are new to the genre. You can play the game against a computer AI, but overall, it's more fun to play against friends. We ran into a few minor issues with the game so far. One match we played, the game constantly threw us into a stalemate within a few seconds after starting every RTS segment of the game, despite having a massively superior army. It got very frustrating and resulted in a total loss of the game. So far, there doesn't appear to be a difference in army units from the 4 different factions, which makes the game balanced right out of the box, but leaves a lot of room for improvement. And finally, there is a small selection of maps to play on, both in the RTS and the tabletop portions of the game. We are hoping to see more added when the full game unlocks, but as it is, the small amount of RTS maps available are riddled with choke points, and there are very few truly open maps to fight it out on. We found ourselves thinking, oh, this map again? After a few hours of playing the game. Unfortunately, we can't give a final verdict yet until we play the entire game, and there are still too many unknown factors at stake here for us to really say which way our hand is going to tip with this one. We are eagerly anticipating playing the single-player portion of the game, and hopefully we'll be back with another video later on in the week.